And now, the world-famous lunaticradio.com show.
Everybody knows, shouted in the streets, the emperor's new clothes lay tattered and torn at your feet. It's just the latest dime, just another thorn in your side, another standard high. Won't matter 'cause I see through your skies. Don't you hear me? I don't wanna live too long. I don't wanna live too long. Need some time, need some space. Tell you what I'll say to you. And it's all the time, all the time, all the time to you. Is it really nothing to you? All the lonely people who pass you by never stood a chance, you know. No sorry, told the biggest lie, and I never meant to hurt you. All the little things that represents. When we get to heaven, I'm hoping you'll help me cross the fence. Don't you hear me? I don't want
What up, everybody? What up, everybody? LR Show, hanging out with you on a Wednesday night. This is the Great Disco Vietnam. Two brothers out of Huntington Station, I believe. Long
That's
Island.
Oasis. Isn't that Oasis?
Not Oasis. By the way, joining me on the radio program tonight, 718-690-9290. The Wednesday night show. This is our first Wednesday night show. I was going to do this show solo, and I actually thought I was doing it solo until Chris was like, hey, I'm ready. So our buddy,
No chance.
our buddy Chris Italia from the Stand NYC, co-host the radio program with me on Wednesday nights. And, yeah, Chris doesn't like... well, do you like the Disco Vietnam? I don't know.
I mean, they sound good, but they also sound a lot like Oasis.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, Chris.
Yes.
People take, cues from folks that came before them. Well, comedians do it, actors do it, musicians do it. What do you think?
I mean,
you can't say
influences. Oasis. Their heavy influences are obviously the Beatles. They sound a little bit like the Beatles, but they don't sound exactly like the Beatles.
right.
This,
Wasn't it?
I actually thought when you first played it that it was Liam Gallagher.
Wasn't Liam Gallagher when the Oasis first broke? Probably even before you were a fan, because you're a gigantic Oasis fan.
I am a gigantic.
The
Oasis.
biggest Oasis fan I've certainly ever met in my entire life, and you could be probably top 10 Oasis fan across the world.
I don't know about that. There's this girl on Instagram. Her handle is Blue Vereen.
Right.
She goes to every single concert.
Wow. All right. So that girl's got you beat. But
She travels the world following them.
But you've been to. I mean, you're at least. I would say at least. Realistically, out of all the Oasis fans, just by knowing you since you were, in your early 20s, and seeing your Instagrams and being at your old apartment in Queens and seeing the posters on the wall and the discussions we've had over the last 14, 15 years, whatever the hell it's been, you're at least in the top 50 Oasis fans across the world.
I'll take that.
Yeah, at least, because you've been even when the brothers, the brothers hate each other. Noel and Liam, they hate each other, right? Have they ever reconciled? Have they ever spent a holiday together?
No, they haven't seen each other since the band broke up in 2009.
That's a long time ago. Have they even spoken on the phone? Do you know this?
I think they had a conversation on the phone once, just because the mom asked for it, and they were cordial to each other.
They're like, "Fuck off, fuck off."
No, what they say is that he's my brother. I'll always love him, but we're not friends. We don't have a relationship.
He's a fucking bloody cocksucker.
That's pretty much it. Yeah,
he's a bloody cocksucker. He's probably half a faggot.
But then they shit on each other, like to press and stuff like that, just because they know it's good. It's it hypes things up, it gets things going.
Drums up tickets.
Well, yeah, I mean, anytime they go at it, through Twitter or whatever, or just comments through the press,
right?
It definitely keeps them relevant for sure, because everybody loves it. Everybody eats it up when they go at each other.
But wouldn't you agree that, folks, back to what the original thing was, is folks are like, for example, this radio show that I do, it was influenced by Howard Stern, Don Imus, and the Great Opie and Anthony show.
Listen to a Liam Gallagher track.
This is Chris playing audio through his headphones from New York City. By the way, that was a hell of a ramp into nothing. All right, you don't have to play. It's coming through like dog shit now, Chris. A minute ago, it worked. This is like radio duct tape audio, like engineering. Yes. Yes, they're great. I know they're great.
Exactly like them.
You don't have to, but yes. But the song I played to start the show was from two brothers who are
brothers.
They are two brothers. They're just two brothers who like to make music, and they're very talented on it. So, whatever type of music comes out of them, whether it sounds like Oasis or another band, it doesn't matter. They just do it because they love music.
What's the name of the band again?
Disco Vietnam. They actually have a name. They don't. I mean, they just jam. That's all they do. You can go to a Disco Vietnam on Bandcamp and find all their albums that they put together. But it's just, they're not like, they weren't trying to get signed or try to play gigs at Webster Hall or, they just made music for the love of making music. And they knew they were, pretty talented. The brother played drums. Barry, my friend, who sings on the track I just played.
Oh, he's your friend. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've actually done the show. They say when we were on the GFQ network, broadcasting from the GFQ studios in.
Can we get them on next week and talk to them about Oasis?
I don't know. Dude, I haven't talked to Barry in fucking 8 years.
Now's your chance.
He's on the Instagram. I follow him on the Instagram.
Oh, there you go. Instagram him. Or send him a DM on Instagram.
What do you want to ask him about? No, why? You want to just, what do you want to,
I want to,
what do you sound like Oasis? And he's going to go, I just make music in my fucking garage.
I wouldn't say that at all. I would say to him, I hear a lot of, Noel and Liam Gallagher,
right.
They an influence, and that's what I would want to know.
Right. Well, it is, by the way, I want to mention the original point I wanted to make is that your buddy there, Liam, when Oasis was Oasis and they just broke,
right?
Just maybe 5 months in the spotlight. Lamb came out, and it's like I think it's kind of a famous quote. He was like, "We're bigger than the fucking Beatles."
Well, the reason why he said that,
yeah,
and I'll back him up, is because they played this concert in England, in Kensworth,
right?
And it was at that time it was the largest crowd of all time.
Mick Jagger looks like he's on crack. He was
if you watch the documentary, which I encourage everyone to
watch.
I
think I've seen it.
It's called Supersonic. It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
now.
Yeah.
If you watch that documentary, you can see it all coming to fruition. It all leads up to that moment where they had this, giant concert in England, and broke all the records.
Lamb, by the way, coming in from Marion in the chat room. Lamb thought originally he was the new John Lennon. What do you think?
He did. But all right, think about this. If you're going double platinum, if you're selling out shows all over the world, sometimes soccer stadiums and football stadiums and all that stuff,
Right.
and then you go and do the biggest show of all time,
Right.
how would you feel about yourself?
I fucking.
I mean, you would feel like you're a god. That's what you would feel about yourself.
Yeah.
So that's where those comments came from. Those comments came from,
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
we just did the biggest show anyone's ever done ever.
Right. And I'm in my 20s. It's hard to
Right.
process that.
Yeah, I get my dick sucked by 20 women a night, and
Right.
I'm on magazines all over the world. I'm selling millions of tickets and albums and all that stuff.
I can say whatever the fuck I want in an
and
interview.
nothing will happen to me. Everybody eats it up.
He's probably called every goddamn junket interviewer like a cocksucker. Like he's the most brilliant. If you just listen to Lamb Gallagher fucking interviews, they're the most entertaining fucking thing ever.
Oh, I mean, you have to also try and decipher everything he says because he speaks with such a Cockney.
He's got that gypsy fucking
accent.
Yeah.
Well, the weird thing is like they're from Ireland, and then they grew up in Manchester, so they have like this. It's even worse than Cockney, so like it's really hard to understand him specifically. Noel is a lot more audible. You can actually understand what he says.
Right. Well, here it is the lunaticradio.com show, everybody. Wednesday nights, Chris Italia, owner of the Stand Comedy Club in New York City, joining me. We're going to have a Wednesday hump day schmooze, 718-690-9290. I actually do have a lot of stuff I printed out for this radio broadcast now that I'm doing 3 shows a week. Friday nights, LR Friday nights with Detroit TJ. And then the OG, the original LR Lunatic Radio broadcast with Rock and Leroy Jenkins on Sundays. And now we're doing this Wednesday show. It's going to be a solo show, or Chris is going to be on it with me for the inaugural show. Chris is joining me. Maybe next week Chris won't be here, and I'll just be doing it solo. And this show
That's not instilling a lot of confidence in me being here.
Well, you're a busy man. Everybody
fuck you, Kieran.
You're
I went
like
through a lot to clear my schedule tonight. Come on.
Well, I appreciate you making the time and being here. But you are a busy man like Rock. Rock's hard to fucking tackle. He's hard to tackle down to do some internet broadcasting because he's got a lot of stuff going on. You're a busy man. You got a lot of stuff going on. You're in the middle of building one of the largest.
I'm bigger than John Lennon.
You're in the middle of building one of the largest comedy. Well, it's probably going to be the largest comedy club in Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no. Well, in terms of actual seats, no. But in terms of like pure
square footage,
square footage, yes.
Yeah. So there you go. You still got to fucking build it, right? You know what I mean? You still got to.
I sure do. I sure have to build it.
Yeah. I saw the pizza, the pizza oven you installed. That looks pretty sick.
It's pretty phenomenal.
Is that a brick oven pizza?
That's a wood-fired pizza.
Wood-fired pizza. That's going to be some fucking good pizza.
It's going to be sick.
Can you
sick, I tell you. Sick.
Can you give an update to the people of what's going on with the place?
I mean, we had some delays because New York City just, fucks you every possible way. But I would say we're 5 weeks away.
5 weeks away from opening up the Stand in New York City.
Yeah, we'll probably do some like one-off friends and family nights at first, and then we'll build up to an opening, a grand opening like February 1st or something like that.
February 1st is the tentative date for the grand opening.
Very tentative.
Very tentative date for the grand opening of the Stand NYC Comedy Club. That is going to be
just my luck. The buildings department in New York City can be listening to this. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and fuck this guy.
Go ahead and throw a little fucking wrench into this motherfucker. Yeah, but you know what it is though. I listened to I got the Sirius XM, so I'm listening to it in the car and stuff. And even though the club, you're transitioning from the old club to the new club, and then the new club's getting built, the Stand Comedy Club, the name is still getting pumped throughout the airwaves of Sirius XM, which is still fucking cool. So the club is, the name is still getting thrown out there. You know, like the Comedy Cellar and Caroline.
Everyone involved or everyone that goes there, you know, always has a great time. So they, you know, always talk about it. They always, you know, it's always on people's minds because you've never had a shitty time there.
Right. Yeah. No, it is a absolute. If you're in the New York metropolitan New York area, you know, when the stand opens up again and it's the new place, it's gonna be fucking tremendous because Chris and his brother and all the rest of the people over there at the stand, fucking, they do a tremendous job. And it's a fucking, it's not like a tourist comedy club. It's a fucking experience. You walk in there and everything's beautiful. You look like you're in a fucking 5-star restaurant. And all of a sudden,
all you need to know is this: I'm killing myself.
You're killing yourself building this thing. Is that what you're saying?
Literally, I mean, I just went at it with my brother over something, you know, and it was like an argument that went on for like 40 minutes, and all we resolved was go fuck yourself.
That's the way Italians communicate.
Yeah.
Fuck you, huh?
Yeah, and that's basically all that happened. In the end, it was just go fuck yourself. But that's what's gonna happen when you got so many things going on at once. And
yeah,
you're trying to build something that's much greater and bigger than anything you've ever done.
You're not trying to build a fucking comedy club in a cornfield in Nebraska. You're trying to build a fucking comedy club in the heart, you know.
Yeah, New York City.
In the heart of New York City. Is it Union Square? It's coming. It is the
Union
location.
Square, 16th Street off of Union Square.
Yeah. So you're right in the fucking mix of fucking just anarchy. You know, it's anarchy. You're trying to fucking build a goddamn beautiful place in a war zone. You know,
it's definitely how it feels.
Right. Yeah. So word up. We got a lot to do on today's radio broadcast, 718-690-9290. As we were talking about, do you think Oasis, Chris Italia, will ever be nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the United States?
They better be. That's ridiculous. I mean, they're a legendary band at this point. They lasted for as long as they did.
Right.
You know, more than, I guess I would say, 25, 30 years. And, you know, their music is some of the most well-known music on the planet.
But actually, my other question would be, are they even eligible? But I guess they are because they had a big run.
Eligible because they've had like
they had 12 a run
albums. They had 12 albums. They sold millions and millions of you know, albums, and they also sold millions of tickets over the years in the United States. So that to me qualifies them. But
are there other like British invasion type bands in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
from that era?
No, just any era.
I mean, Rolling Stones.
They are. They're right. Yeah, the Rolling Stones are in the Rock and Roll.
Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath is in the Hall of Fame.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
The Beatles obviously are in the Hall of Fame.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, Oasis could be that band. They could get in.
Again, they should be. It'd be an absolute, you know, bullshit political thing. Maybe if the press isn't. But then again, the press should love them because they've given them so many sound bites over the years. They make the press's job very easy.
By the way, Detroit TJ checking in, even pump Oasis through the, what is he saying?
In the hood.
Through the stereos in the hood.
That's not true. Come on.
They don't play, there's no way they play fucking Oasis. I'm your Wanda. Yo, man, turn that shit up. Fucking crazy ass crackers.
No. I grew up in a pretty rough area. There was no Oasis playing anywhere.
No fucking Oasis being played in Bensonhurst.
No, there's no Wonderwall. If you heard the first few chords of Wonderwall and you lived in a ghetto in Brooklyn, you'd get fucking slapped.
Yeah. Well, Morning Glory banged in Detroit. That's what he's saying. What's the story, Morning Glory? They used to be a banger in the great Motor City.
What do you mean a banger?
Banger is like, I guess, a hip hop speech for something that's hot. It was a hit. It was a hit. It was a banger. People like pumped it all the time. I'm very white.
I mean, it's a great song.
Great song.
You know, I still don't believe it.
All right. So the 2019 inductions for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the nominees are out, and the nominees they're going to be condensed down to 5, I believe, this month in December 2018. They're going to pick 5 inductees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I'm going to pose the question to Chris Italia out of the following list of musical acts and legends. Which 5 are going to make the cut?
Wait, so how many are you reading right now?
There is, I would say, more than 2 handfuls of nominees.
All those names?
I'm going to read them all for you.
All right, let's go.
There's not that many. All right. So the nominees for the 2019 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame are as follows: Def Leppard, Devo, Janet Jackson, John Prine, Kraftwerk, LL Cool J, MC5, Radiohead, Rage Against the Machine, Roxy Music, Rufus featuring Shaka Khan, Stevie Nicks, The Cure, The Zombies, and Todd Rundgren.
First, you have to eliminate anyone who's not rock and roll. That's my rule.
Well, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
Because you know what the biggest
It's the
genre.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Let hip hop start their own Hall of Fame.
You know what the
Let-
you know what the
let
biggest
R&B music start their own.
the most nominated genre at the Grammys this year. You know what it was?
sure it's
It was
hip-hop.
hip
I'm
hop.
sure
It was
I'm sure
hip hop.
it is.
Hip hop went from being a niche genre to dominating the music scene. And I get it. The music scene's fucking garbage now. But it does. I'm not saying that hip hop's
This is why
garbage.
I worry about this. This is why I worry about this. Because in fucking 20 years,
20 years.
French Montana is going to be. That's my problem with,
I know.
in having hip hop art. You're going to have Lil Wayne in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Is that okay for you?
I'm here to induct Little Yip Yip into the rock. It's
Well,
going to
first-
be the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's going to have a bunch of Lils in it. A whole section of Lils. Yeah. All right. You want me to read them again?
No, I got the list in front of me too now.
Okay. So let's go through it. Def Leppard, Shoe-In. Yes, for the Rock.
No, because they didn't sustain a long enough period of success.
How can you fucking tell me Def Leppard is not a
Look-
shoe-in for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Okay, I have to pour some sugar on me. Can you name another song?
Yes. There's a whole
What is
shit
it?
ton. I don't know. There's a
Name
bunch.
No, you just off the top.
Well,
of
I'm
your
a
head.
fair weather fan, but I know that Def Leppard's been around for fucking 45
do.
fucking years.
They've been around, but they haven't done anything in the last 20. So what are you talking about?
Pour some sugar on me. That was a fucking great tune. You can.
That's it.
All
That's
right,
all you got.
but out of this list right here
Okay,
of nominees.
pick 5. I'm gonna pick 5.
All right, you pick 5. Hold on. Let me get a marker so I can put a C next to every fucking nomination you pick, and then I can criticize the fuck out of it. Go ahead.
Well, let's start with, and they're not. I don't like them at all, but The Cure, because The Cure defined 80s music, 80s rock and roll. They were the band, and they actually are a Brit Invasion band.
Right.
So
that would be the
they defined the decade. They were one of the top 80s bands. And and they transcended that years later. They kept going on and on. Obviously their popularity dwindled a little bit, but in terms of defining a generation, The Cure was one of those bands, so they deserve to be in there.
chat room feedback. The Zombies only because Dolores, the singer, died this year. Don't give me one of those fucking
I don't want to
inductees.
deal with that. So
Don't give me that Mac Miller shit.
And just on that alone, then you should definitely have Rage Against the Machine in it, because isn't half the band dead?
What was your? Did you only pick one, or did you pick 2? I missed.
So far, I just picked The Cure.
Okay,
And
the Cure.
I would say the second pick would be Rage Against the Machine.
All right, Chris is going Rage Against the Machine and the Cure for 2 out of the 5
say
nominees
why-
for the 2019 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
The reason why Rage Against the Machine
Hmm.
to me stands out is because they were a political band, and
Right.
they made statements with their music.
But here's the thing. Rage, it only had 3 albums. That's it.
Yeah, and then the guy died.
No, he's still alive. They just haven't
Oh,
been
no,
back.
or he lost his mind. Didn't he
He's
lose his
fucking.
mind?
He's like a blogger now or some shit.
I don't know, man. Their music just really stood out to me.
Yes,
And
obviously, but in that it came from It came from a scene of music that was trash, other than probably Korn and Rage Against the Machine. All the rest of them you could just fucking throw in the trash can.
Listen, they're not going to get in because of those political views and the way, you know, they basically told everyone to fuck off. So they're not going to get in, but I would definitely have them in.
Isn't the guitarist? I heard the guitarist is actually on the board for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame from Rage Against the Machine. Tom Morello? I believe he is. I could be wrong, but I can see. I'm not saying the guy's going to vote for himself. I can see him actually not voting for himself because he's got, it's a conflict of interest, you know. So I can see him.
They're even on the list.
But actually, you know what? You know what's interesting? I was on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame website last night, and on December 9th, so a couple days ago, you could have gone to the actual facility in Cleveland, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and as a fan, you could have filled out a ballot.
Wait, to write someone into the nomination?
Well, no, you could have voted for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a fan if you actually went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland.
Who's gonna do that?
I know, but it's still kind of cool, right? I would
Nobody wants to go to Cleveland to cast a vote.
That would be honest with you. I think more people would have voted for this shit than fucking, you know, some sort of political fucking election in the midterms or anything. I would love to fucking vote. You know what? And what other? Do you see me ever fucking doing a segment on the radio about? Okay, I'm gonna vote for this senator over this senator. You know, I'm not doing that. But the Rock, you give me some bands on a list and go pick 5 of them out of this list that are gonna get inducted into some sort of fucking Rock and Hall of Fame. I'm fucking gonna sit here and debate. I'm gonna sit here and debate like I'm doing right now. All right, so you got 2. We're trying to figure out who is going to get into the 2019 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony. Go ahead. You got 2. You got Rage Against the Machine and The Cure.
So if I have to start allowing non-rock and roll bands in, I mean, Shaka Khan is a fucking icon. She's a legend.
Come on.
She's Shaka Khan.
Yeah. You're gonna push. You can't put Shaka Khan in over the other female artist that's on the list.
Janet Jackson, get out of here, man.
Shaka Khan. Give me a toss up. Shaka Khan or Janet Jackson? Give me a beat. Come on. When she did that fucking Janet Jackson's hot, that ass. Although she did bang Jermaine Dupri at one point. Remember that Jermaine Dupri guy with that lazy eye?
Well, he's a producer. Yeah, I know Jermaine Dupri.
She produced some fucking Clear Eyesight.
He produced like 3 of her albums. What are you talking about?
Did he? He also banged her.
Yeah.
Did he have a kid with her? Did he give her a baby?
I think he did.
Did he put a fucking pizza in that oven?
I know they were. I know they were engaged.
All right, so you got 3, 5. I mean, all right, go ahead. I'm not gonna say what my. All right, give me. You got 2 final ones, Chris.
I would say Radiohead, but I think Radiohead. There's time for Radiohead. I don't think you should let them in now.
Get the. All right, so are you picking Radiohead or you're not picking Radiohead?
I can't pick Radiohead because there's people on this list that are
the most influential band on the entire list. You're not picking. I get it. A lot of people don't like Radiohead because the fucking hipsters who fucking who have infested the fucking American society and world. Love hit Radiohead. I get it. But
you ever hear the song Talk Radio Show?
By Radiohead?
Yeah.
Probably.
It's one of my favorite songs of all time.
I've been, obviously, in the last 4 years, I've really fucking gone balls deep into Radiohead. No homo, but I fucking love Radiohead and I love Nas, which is fucking weird. The 2 artists are completely different.
Is he on this list? How come he's not on?
Nas? Nas is still making music. That's why he's not on the list. Okay. No, I don't think he's eligible yet because he hasn't been around. It's got to be like 30 years. It's got to be. All right, that's gonna get me booted off fucking YouTube. So you got to cut that off. I can't play it, Chris.
All right, I'm pausing.
Yeah. All right, so you got 3. You got Rage Against the Machine, Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. Now who's Rufus?
It's not Rufus featuring Shaka Khan.
That's
Shaka Khan. That was the duo.
Well, the actual title on the inductee list is Rufus featuring Shaka Khan.
I don't believe that.
It says it right here. Look at it. It says Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. Right fucking there. Right here. I'm showing Chris on the video screen if you're listening on podcast. By the way, 718-690-9290.
So I'm going to hit the pause button on Radiohead.
You're going to hit the pause button on Radiohead for being inducted.
Obviously, they deserve to be in.
Uh-huh.
But there's people that are going to die next year if you don't let them in. You know what I mean? Radiohead's not going anywhere.
Yeah, but they can get that post-fucking death fucking induction.
No. We don't
Like
want
Mac
that.
Miller, for example, Detroit TJ on the Lunatic Radio Friday night show, he mentioned that Mac Miller got his first Grammy nomination, and I believe it was Detroit TJ's contention that Mac Miller only got a fucking nomination for a Grammy nomination is because he died.
Well, there's always a sentiment when someone dies to, give him one last, shot at
Right.
something. Because, Mac Miller, I mean, look, I'm not a fan of Mac Miller, but he definitely influenced a lot of people, and he, was around a while. And
He's a white kid from
he's a
fucking
white kid,
Pittsburgh.
right? Well, that's what makes it even harder to be known in rap.
Zero influential people come from Pittsburgh. And that will be just a blanket statement I throw out there. See if that fucker sticks somewhere.
All right, so I have The Cure, I have Rage Against the Machine, and I have Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan. Okay. This
And
is
hit the pause button on Radiohead.
pause button on Radiohead. I'm going to write that down. Pause button on Radiohead.
I mean, I know they'll get in. I'm just saying to you that,
yes, but
I would wait.
they are like a Derek Jeter type, like should get in first ballot, boom. First time they're eligible, they should get in.
They shouldn't get in before Oasis, and Oasis hasn't been nominated.
You
yet,
are
so-
fucking smoking crack.
What are you telling me? Radiohead's more popular than Oasis?
Fuck yes,
No
they
way.
are. Did you see Oasis? Do you see Oasis playing the like headlining Bonnaroo or Coachella these
And
days?
at their peak, absolutely.
At their peak, 15. But Radiohead was around when they were.
They broke up, man. What do you want?
Radiohead's been around longer than fucking Oasis. Radiohead's been playing fucking giant concerts
Since when?
around the world for the last fucking 30 years.
So has Oasis.
What? Come on, the brothers
talking
hate
about?
each other. The brothers hate each other. Liam's playing fucking gigs at fucking bars in goddamn
That's not true. That's
in
not
Wichita, Kansas.
true. Shut up.
But Noel. Noel is fucking. He's got his pen. He's doing good.
Noel just wrapped up a world tour.
Right.
And
But he's
some of
not.
the biggest
He's
venues
Noel
around.
Gallagher is not closing out Coachella. They're not. Maybe if the brothers got back together,
Well, yes, that's the
and
whole
came
point.
back
If they got
and-
back together, they'd be just as big as they ever were.
right? But they're not.
Right.
But they haven't continued to. But here's the thing: you have lost years of Oasis making music.
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but if you look it up, I bet between the years of 1990 and 2000,
I don't think I can ever argue with you about Oasis. because
Oasis
I'm
sold
never
more
gonna
albums-
change your
more
mind. with-
albums and more singles than any other band on the planet.
Is that fake news? Is that fake news? I feel like
Is Nirvana in the Hall of Fame?
fuck yeah, first time they were ever eligible.
Deserve it.
Yeah, but don't even say that. Don't put Oasis in the same fucking category as Nirvana.
Listen, man, have you ever been to England, Kieran?
I know, I get it. Have you
ever been to
But
Japan?
this is the United States of motherfucking America. We run the motherfucker. Not let that fucking jolly old like did the Beatles originate here and then they jumped ship over to England to fucking make their heyday? No, the Beatles originated in England and they came to America to become fucking worldwide fucking legends.
Right. So did
Right.
Oasis. They did the same thing.
Yeah,
And then they went to Japan, and they
like
became
I
huge in
just
Japan.
said, Liam's
huge in South America.
Liam's playing fucking dive bars in Wichita, Kansas.
No, he's not.
Noel's playing fucking.
Doing theaters everywhere.
Noel's middling.
Horrible.
No, I'm not. I'm just picking on it. But they're not. You can't tell me that Oasis is as big as Radiohead. You can't. You can't. Radiohead, yes, maybe Oasis when they hit was a larger band. They hit harder than Radiohead, but Radiohead's been consistent.
So has Oasis. What are you talking about?
No.
Up until their breakup, Kieran, they were still one of the top bands in the world.
I saw Radiohead in 1993 at a small one-day festival in Holland. No one knew who they were. Well, that's fucking Holland.
And you know,
no one even knows where Holland is on a fucking map.
It was world renowned by then.
All right, we could take a poll of everybody in this entire fucking world. What is Radiohead? What is Oasis? And I guarantee you, people could indicate what Radiohead is over Oasis.
Do the poll, 'cause I don't
They'll say
believe it.
Oasis is a fucking resort in goddamn Boca Raton, Florida,
No way, man.
or
No
a
way.
strip club in fucking Jersey.
Listen, they had way more hits than Radiohead had. Way more hits. Way more.
All right, you might be. No, I don't know.
Just on their first album alone.
Well,
Just on their
you're
first
talking
album
ra-
alone, they have way more hits than Radiohead.
All right, so pick 2 more nominees, damn it. So you're putting a pause on Radiohead.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, again, I really hate
Oasis
the fact that
should-
there's-
Oasis-
I really hate the fact that there's hip hop and R&B on this.
Mm.
But you can't ignore LL Cool J. because
LL
he's-
Cool J is your 4th pick to be inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2019.
I mean, he defined us, like, you know how like rap was very like one note in the 70s and 80s.
Mm.
He definitely changed that.
Right.
You know, he made rap a lot cooler than it was when it first came out.
Right. He's a legendary artist. His fucking entire catalog, to be honest with you, is not fucking. There are not a lot of home runs in there, but there are some monstrous.
It's great ratings on NCIS LA.
There are some monstrous hits in his catalog, but there is a lot of fucking garbage in his catalog. I've listened
There's
to the
a lot
entire
of
thing.
garbage in everyone's catalog. What are you talking about?
I know, but LL has some real shit. Like some bombs, man. LL has some bombs. Yeah. And here's the thing, the other thing about LL Cool J, I get it. He was a pioneer and when Def Jam, and I can't forget about my radio and all that shit. And you know, he came around with the time of Run DMC and all that. But throughout his music career, when the sound changed from like fucking just like beatboxes on the, you know, on your shoulder and people breakdancing, to the time when gangster rap came in, and then there was like that whole weed influence of hip hop. Like his sound changed with those times, and I thought that was kind of phony. I always thought
he adapted.
He adapted,
like
but it is, yeah. But when you listen, it sounds so dated. It sounds so time stamped, and it almost sounds phony. But then again, I guess a lot of rappers have done that, you know, because hip hop's so like you make a fucking hit record or single one week and people forgot about it the next. You know what I mean? Like fucking songs don't last. They're just throwaways.
I judge it on hits, man. The guy had some.
He did have a lot of hits. So LL Cool J is your fourth. LL Cool J is your 4th nomination for the 2019 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
All right. Let's get to the 5th one. The creme de la creme. Who's getting in? Let me read what's left. Def Leppard, Devo, Janet Jackson, John Prine, Kraftwerk, MC5, Roxy Music, Stevie Nicks, The Zombies, Todd Rundgren. Chris has already picked LL Cool J, Rage Against the Machine, Rufus featuring Shaka Khan, and The Cure to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who is your 5th inductee into the 2019 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Chris Natali, go.
Would have to be Stevie Nicks.
What happened to Stevie Nicks? She's still fucking around. She's in there. She's on the list.
I didn't say what happened to Stevie Nicks. I said would have to be.
Oh, would have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stevie Nicks is one you can argue because she's already in with Fleetwood Mac. And be like, what the fuck, you know, how many hit singles did she have on her own?
A lot, but either way,
how many originals?
You're probably right about that with Fleetwood Mac. You know, that's why she probably shouldn't get in.
Right? Is she like a she's not like a Dave Grohl? Like Dave Grohl, it hasn't gone in for the Foo Fighters yet.
Well,
but he is going.
Foo Fighters was created like in 2000, man.
Right, but I'm thinking in terms of like the double inductees, like the the person's been inducted twice, like fucking Bruce Springsteen. And
I guess you're right, because Ozzy is not inducted twice, and Ozzy's a much bigger performer than.
Stevie, yeah, I would throw in Ozzy solo, Ozzy with Sabbath.
How
Twice.
about
Like Dave
about,
Grohl's gonna get that with Nirvana and Foo Fighters. He's gonna
how
get
about
it.
Paul McCartney? Has he been inducted twice?
Probably, I would imagine.
I mean that's a you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to. That's ridiculous.
All right, here's my. I'm gonna give you mine, Chris, and you're gonna fucking probably disagree. And if you disagree, go ahead and fucking throw your fucking shit out. I am gonna go Radiohead. Absolutely, first nomination off this entire list. Radiohead is a no fucking brainer. Yes, there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of bands that have changed. They were like a quieter Nirvana hit. You know what I mean? When not Nirvana hit, Nirvana just changed. Nirvana, when Nirvana hit back in the late 80s or really early 90s, it changed the sound of rock and roll. It just did a rock and roll did an about face. Radiohead's kind of did the same thing. They kind of did the same thing with but it's not the type of music they make is not radio friendly, so you don't hear it on the airwaves. It didn't have that much of an impact. But if you went to go see shows around cities like LA,
Name some of your favorite songs from Radiohead.
There's a shit ton. There's see, I can't name fucking streets. I can't name song titles. I can't remember the titles of movies. I love Radiohead. I've listened to their entire.
I like Radiohead a lot too. I just think they're a little overrated.
They're not overrated. They're not. Radiohead out of this list, here's another thing I'll argue. Out of this list of nominees who they're up against, Radiohead gets in out of whatever the 15, 16 nominations or 19 nominations. I think it's 15 or 16. I can't remember. Anyway, okay. So the next, I'm gonna go. Radiohead definitely gets in. I would say The Cure definitely gets in. That's two bands. The Cure and Radiohead definitely get in. Who else gets in is LL Cool J. LL Cool J probably gets in. I think.
Love Cool James.
Man. I think LL Cool J gets in because here's the reason why I think LL Cool J gets in. Because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is not only like a ceremony to honor great achievements in music, but it's also a fucking TV show now. It's carried by fucking HBO. It's rebroadcast on HBO.
And it gets huge ratings on NCIS Los Angeles.
Right, and LL Cool J's still in the spotlight. So when people watch this on HBO and they want to enjoy it, the producers are going to want to have a variety of music.
He was also the first person to ever win the Vanguard Award.
Yes, he mentioned that in one of his songs. One of his rap battles against Cannabis, I believe he mentioned that.
That was that was an epic rap battle.
That was his best song I think I've ever fucking heard him do.
I feel like also that's the last great rap battle.
I always thought that one was the best one. Like they always say Nas and Jay-Z was the best rap battles, or Biggie and
that song where he says, "That's why I fucked your bitch,
you fat motherfucker."
That one's pretty up there too.
Yeah, that's probably the best one. But yeah, Cannabis and LL Cool J. Obviously, no one knew who the fuck Cannabis was really, but I love that. I love that. That was one of LL's better songs that he made against Cannabis. Anyway, all right. So Radiohead, The Cure, LL Cool J is my three. Now I got Def Leppard, I got Devo, I got Janet Jackson, John Prine, Kraftwerk, MC5, Rage Against the Machine, Roxy Music, Rufus String, Shaka Khan, Stevie Nicks, The Zombies, and Todd Rundgren. I don't really know who Todd Rundgren is. I'm sure I know his music if it was played in my ears right now, but I could kind of want to pick him just because I feel like that's I've heard his name over fucking decades, but I don't know. I don't know if
you're just gonna pick him off a whim?
Yeah, off a whim, yeah, just like a fucking like when I go in to cast my ballot for fucking some sort of fucking senator that I don't know, and I'm like, whatever, that's a cool looking name. Click. You know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna go with Def Leppard. Def Leppard should get in. That's my fourth. So I got Def Leppard, LL Cool J, Radiohead, and The Cure as my 4 out of 5 inductees for the 2019 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I believe See, I want to pick Rage, but I don't think Rage made enough music.
Killing in the name of.
I love it. Out of like, other than Radiohead, my favorite artist on this list is Rage Against the Machine. Janet Jackson. I don't think. I don't think.
Who you like, not who you think is gonna get in. I didn't do that.
What? Go with who you like? You're telling me go with who I like?
Yeah, who you would pick, not who you think will get picked.
Well, I'm kind of giving it a variety. You know what I mean? I don't really like Def Leppard. I'm gonna go with I believe. See, is Rage Against the Machine more? Did they have more of an impact than Devo? I would say yes, right? Stevie Nicks, I would say. Stevie Nicks got in for Fleetwood Mac. I don't know what the fuck Roxy music is. The Zombies, I don't. Well, one of the listener in the chat room said, the lead singer of the Zombies died this year, so I want to be right. This is the problem. I want to be right. When this list is announced later this month, I want to be right. I want to go 5 for fucking 5.
You go with who you like, not who is gonna be right. Why even have this debate then if you're not gonna push for your favorites?
Because I'm gonna have the fucking debate. Let me see.
You're awful.
I'm not awful. I'm fucking logical.
So you're just going with safe picks. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm going with who I think's gonna get in and who deserves to get in. That's what I'm going with. But I'm being an open-minded individual. I'm not going fucking Oasis and everybody else sucks. I'm going, you know what? That band I don't really like too much, but I can see why people like them.
Oasis should be in. Oasis would be the headlining band in this group.
It should. Maybe they changed the name of the whole facility there in Cleveland to Oasis and everybody else Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Okay. I'm gonna go with. Fucking goddamn it. I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Rufus featuring Shaka Khan.
Whoa! You shit all over me for that.
Yeah, but I don't think Janet Jackson is deserving of getting in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
First of all, you shit all over me saying Janet Jackson's way bigger than she was.
Well, I'm taking into account that yes, they want to have a variety. They're gonna put a variety.
Shaka Khan.
They're gonna put a variety of acts inductees in. It's gonna be a variety. It's not gonna be all the same type of genre of music. So I picked Def Leppard, LL Cool J, Radiohead, Rufus featuring Shaka Khan, and The Cure. That is a great show. That is a great inductee show.
When I was running this magazine years ago, one of our cover stories was Shaka Khan, and we followed her for about a month, and just watching her and the way just people were around her and all that stuff. She's definitely one of those divas,
right?
Which is what Janet Jackson never was.
Right.
She was never a diva. But Shaka Khan is like this iconic person who just can't go anywhere because people will know who she is.
Right.
Even like young people know who she is. So Shaka Khan transcends all time, and she has some. I would say, in the 70s and early 80s, like she defined R&B music for as a female artist. There was Tina Turner and her. That's it. There was no one else around.
Right. So she's a safe pick.
Yeah. I think that she's the one. She deserves it too. She works her ass off. She still performs.
Detroit TJ checking in. Kieran, you're acting like there's an affirmative action in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh, maybe. But I'm trying to logically think of what the committee is thinking. Fans across.
Basically, what TJ's saying is you're a racist, which I back up.
Well, I'm not. I'm just being open-minded.
No, you're not.
In a world that isn't open-minded these days, I'm being open-minded. And you motherfuckers don't even know what the hell that is anymore. Because everybody's on this side or everybody else is on fucking this side. And just going... Did you see fucking Trump yesterday in the fucking Oval Office? Fucking J-O-ing over fucking Chuck Schumer?
That was great, actually. I love that.
It looked like fucking Trump wanted to face fuck Schumer in the fucking Oval Office.
He hates Chuck Schumer.
I know. And Schumer wouldn't even fucking look at him the whole damn
Yeah,
time.
because Schumer's got no fucking balls. I mean, he's like this wet blanket of a fucking senator. I mean, I'm embarrassed that he represents New York. It's enough with this guy already. He should have been gone a long time ago. He has no balls.
No balls?
No balls.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, I'm fucking being open-minded with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2019 inductions. You know?
No, you're not.
I am too. You know I am. You've known me for a long time, Chris
You're going
Italia.
with who's going to win instead of who you feel really great about.
Well, you know who's going to win a second term is fucking Trump.
He will win a second term, and we've discussed this in the past.
Did you see, by the way, today, as we were coming on the air, a few hours before we came on the air, fucking Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, sentenced to 3 years in fucking prison. Suck on that. You know what that means?
Nothing.
For any other president in any other era, any other term, that meant fucking your ass. But for Trump, it means nothing. Because tomorrow there'll be another headline of something else, and we'll forget about Michael Cohen.
Michael Cohen basically took a fall for him. That's all.
He took a fucking bullet. You say he's yeah, but Trump hates the fucking guy now.
He doesn't hate him. He had to do that for, you know, just to show.
Yeah, but
face.
fucking Cohen doesn't. Cohen got on stand and fucking, you know, pretty much said, I'm paraphrasing here, that fucking goddamn Donald Trump's kind of a fucking dick face.
Yeah, he has to do that. He has to do that.
You think he's acting when he got on the?
Remember, like the Dark Knight.
I don't think Michael Cohen, who lied under oath, is gonna go and give
what the city needs me to be, whether it's whether I'm a good guy or a bad guy.
You're telling me, hold on. You can't go past your last fuck. You're telling me Michael Cohen, who is being sent to prison for lying, in court today at his sentencing's gonna get stand up and address the court in front of his judge and his family as he knows he's being sent to prison and say falsehoods out of his mouth again just to give the impression that he doesn't like the president?
Yes.
I don't believe that. I don't. What is Trump got a golden dick or some shit?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
He's the John Gotti of presidents.
Right? He's going to fucking whack everybody.
He's Teflon, man.
But look at fucking Sammy the Bull. Fucking John Gotti fucking reference. Sammy the Bull.
You're going to need a Sammy the Bull to do.
So Michael Cohen's the fucking Sammy the Bull? Come on.
He's not. He's not the Sammy the Bull because he would have brought him down if he was.
Who is it? Paul Manafort? Is that fucking... Maybe. Paul Manafort, by the way, if you're out there, please stop dyeing your hair. You're not fooling anybody.
Maybe Scaramucci will come back. And
the mooch. The mooch. The mooch is that fucking Napper Tandies and Patchogue, Long Island, trying to pick up some teenagers. That's what the mooch is doing right now.
The mooch.
The mooch. That guy looks like a scumbag. There's CNN loves it. CNN, by the way, I'm a radio DJ and talk show host. I should be on the microphone when I talk. CNN loves to run they run the indictment list all the time. Like fucking Don Lemon every night at 10 o'clock when the Don Lemon show comes on and Don Lemon fucking spills some shit about fucking how Trump lied again today and whatever the fuck the lie is. And then they always put up this fucking graphic like right next to Don Lemon's head like this. And it's got the roster of indictments or pending indictments. Like, when have you ever seen that?
Here's the thing, though. Trump's used to it. Trump is...
I know, that's how...
Trump's like been sued and, accused of shit for thousands of cases, okay? This is what he's used to. He's used to having his lawyers working for him all the time. Understand? This is par for the course for him.
Right.
So it doesn't faze him at all.
But it's like when you challenged me to do that fucking that 30-day challenge, no fucking J-Oing for 30 days because you said it
miserably.
Because you think I'm so fucking diluted.
You are
in my thought process or my emotions, my loving emotions towards women because I kind of like to fucking throw one out every night to some adult fucking entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But
Be honest, Karen. You increased the show to 3 episodes a week, so you wouldn't have to face the.
right, but all the negative and all the shit we hear from Trump, all the fucking bad shit, all the lies, the fucking fake news, fake news, all the shit, all the complaints we hear about shit about Trump. It's like we forgot about like how important the president, the office of the United,
100%. It's all a smokescreen. It's all a smokescreen.
I think he's a false fucking president, to be honest with you. I think he's a distraction from something, like some other shit's happening in Washington behind closed doors. Some back channeling shit's fucking happening. And Trump is just like the fucking guy with the car wash sign out in the corner spinning it. Just going, come in.
This country has to focus on defeating him, not taking him down. That's where they're going wrong. They're not even doing that. They're not doing that. Not one viable candidate has emerged.
Fucking yeah, no one. Cory Booker. Yeah,
but Cory Booker has too many skeletons in his closet. The problem is,
well, he's a black guy from Newark.
It's not that. There's rumors that he's gay and that,
really, fucking just come out, dude. The fucking 100%. Country would love a black fucking gay guy as president.
100%, but there's just a lot. There's a lot going on there, and I don't know if he wants that kind of attention. I think he's gone as far as he can go.
So I know Cory Booker. All right, well, let's get off the fire.
And I like Cory Booker a lot. I think he's great, but I think there's some shit going on with him that if it came out, it would be detrimental.
Right. 718-690-9290. You're listening to the lunaticradio.com show. Chris Italia, my buddy from a long time ago, formerly of the Chaos Radio Show.
I think the episodes of that show is still up on something.
Really? Chaos Radio is still out there for the people to download?
I think if you go to a website called like Podomatic or something like that.
So it's buried in the archives of podcasting history.
It's got to be it somewhere.
Yeah. He's joining us. He'll be on the. Are you gonna do every Wednesday night? Or are you gonna? Well, when you're around, because sometimes you're just.
Not if you don't instill any confidence in this. I mean,
I am very confident. I was just planning on doing solo. You didn't give me the okay whether or not Chris Italia was doing the radio show today.
It was all about whether or not I can get this set up. Time. So.
All right, word up. I want to do a break. I want to rethink. I want to see where I want to go on this radio program.
Wrote them up.
Folks, thanks to everybody listening in the chat room out there. Please call into the radio program. Interact. We're not mean people. I'm going to play the song that Chris thinks sounds like Oasis by my buddies out there in Long Island. Yeah, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it again because I didn't play it in its entirety. And I did play it on last Friday's show. But anyway, I'm going to play it again. Here we go. This is Disco Vietnam. Don't want to live too long on a lunaticradio.com show.
represents. When we get to heaven, I'm hoping you'll help me cross the fence. Don't you hear me? I don't wanna live too long. I don't wanna live too long. Need some time, need some space. Tell you what I'll say to you. And it's all the time, all the time, all the time to you. And you go. Everybody knows. Shouted in the streets. Younger girls through clubs. You're tattered and torn at your feet. Don't you hear me? I don't wanna live too long. I don't wanna live too long. Need some time, need some space. Tell you what I'll say to you. And it's all the time, all the time, all the time.
What up, everybody? LR Show on the Rock of New York. No, it's not that. It is the LR Show, LRLunaticRadio.com. Follow us on Instagram at Lunatic Radio, on Twitter at Lunatic Radio. I'm getting messages that the phone lines are down. I don't have an intern to fucking figure that out. I am logged on. I am on Skype, and I don't know what the fuck. People just don't know what the hell's going on, I guess.
You should get an intern. What's the holdup?
I got to go scour the campus of Arizona State University to find me
There
some
you go,
fucking
man.
willing females. That will end up in a lawsuit at some point.
Why?
I can't have no fucking co-eds running around this place. By
So hire a man.
the way, Lunatic Radio checking in. I miss Soundboard Fez. Yeah. I'm hungry.
Who's Soundboard Fez?
Remember the old Ron and Fez show back in the day? And when Fred Watley used to just, peace out on the show, Ron Bennington had a whole
that was
soundboard.
just the soundboard? Yeah, that's great.
And he used to just talk to Fez's recorded voice the whole time.
And that was weird, right? That he would be on the air and
he would just leave.
No, he wouldn't leave. He would always be in the studio. He just wasn't saying anything.
Yeah. Well, there were times when I interned for the Ron and Fez show back at the WNEW days. Fez was just kind of pieced out.
He went through a mental.
Yeah, he had some shit going on. I don't know. I never knew. I was a young kid at the time, so I really didn't understand what the fuck was going on.
Well,
I
he's
just
gay, and
thought he was having a bad day.
He never came out.
I don't think Fez ever really liked me either. He's a nice guy, though. He was nice.
I don't think Fez likes a lot of people.
He didn't like me. That Bennington, though, he's a good fucking legendary man.
I love his Fezatorials.
Yes, that's what I used to like back in the day. That's actually one of the things I said in my internship when I was interning at WNEW. I was like, I love the
Thank you.
Fezatorials. The phone lines are up, man. People, you can try. I don't know what the fuck. You dial the number and you hit fucking call, and it should just come in.
Did you just give them instructions on how to?
Well, I'm getting shit all the time. I just called the fucker. I don't know. I'll fucking try it. I'll call myself on the damn thing. Fuck Christ. I get this shit from Leroy Jenkins all the fucking time. It's 718-690-9290. See? When you do that, and the fucking thing calls me. And I pick up the phone like I'm gonna do. Look, there's my voice talking to my own voice. Look, there's me talking to me. Look at that, people.
Hey, phone Kieran. How you doing?
It's like a distraction. I hate that. The phone lines are not down.
Can I talk to phone Kieran for a second?
You want to talk to phone Kieran?
Yeah.
How are you going to talk to phone, Kieran? All right, let's give it a shot. Let's try. You want to talk to phone, Kieran? I got other shit to do on a radio show, to be honest.
I know, but let's just talk to phone Kieran.
You want to talk to phone? Phone Kieran's on the phone.
Hey, Kieran, did you bet any chicks this week?
Zero.
Did you talk to any women this week?
This makes no sense.
Chris.
This is like a black hole.
I'm trying to give the listeners an insight of how our conversations are off the air.
Phone lines work. 718-690-9290 if you want to call into the radio program. We will converse. If you have any questions, comments about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, anything like that, follow us on Instagram at Lunatic Radio, on Twitter at Lunatic Radio. The show at lunaticradio.com is the email address if you want to email us any you're having a trouble with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, you got a problem. You want like some anonymous, you want to be anonymous and you want us to give you some fucking hard hitting fucking balls to the wall advice, some fucking cutthroat fucking goddamn, advice, anything. You want to send us something, send it to the Lunatic Radio Show at yahoo.com. The show at lunaticradio.com. Sorry.
On the Hall of Fame note, by the way, before you get into anything else,
Christ almighty.
we were talking about this before. Harold Baines gets in on the Baseball Hall of Fame. Baines.
Yeah, Harold Baines. He was a DH hitter, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah,
he was
like the last 10 years of his career.
He wasn't even like the like in the top 15 of DH hitters, I feel like. Our famous DH hitters.
Right.
It was, always.
So to me, this opens things up for Don Mattingly. Don Mattingly should be in the Hall of Fame.
I think so, but yeah, I don't get why. See, like I feel like they need to rethink the whole Hall of Fame system thing across the board with every type of Hall of Fame out there. It shouldn't have to happen every year.
There's a Jewish sports Hall of Fame on Long Island.
What a hotbed of activity that place is.
Jay Fiedler got inducted. Jay Fiedler. Everybody.
Fucking riveting. Where is that? Where is that? Fucking Lake Grove? Where's that fucking piece of shit Hall of Fame?
Some Jew town in Long Island.
Oh, Jewtown.
Yeah. I forgot actually where it is. I think it's in Suffolk.
It's in Suffolk?
Yeah.
Probably in fucking Amityville. Wine Dance, some shit. Yeah, Jewtown is in Jewtown. It's in Wine Dance.
Wine Dance.
Fucking.
The Jews haven't stepped foot in Wine Dance in centuries.
And that's for good reason.
Yeah.
Say, man.
What's that hat on your head?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some of that for myself.
Hey, is that your car? Not
it's
anymore.
It's a Toro.
Hey, say, man, which way is north? That's when you get knocked out. Yes, funny jokes. By the way, Chris, you ever have cheeseburger pizza? Bacon cheeseburger pizza.
Bacon cheeseburger pizza.
Yeah, I ate some bacon cheeseburger pizza yesterday.
I've had it. What is it? Was it one of those Papa John's or Domino's?
No, it's some fucking Arizona bullshit. But it was actually the most delightful fucking pizza I've had out here in the fucking Desi of Arizona. And they had it was great. It was really great, but it's kind of like a phony piece of pizza in my mind because they had to take the taste of another delicious meal and jam it into the pizza.
That's what they do, man. You gotta do that. You gotta make up for the shortcomings.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it was great. It was like hard.
Where did you go? Where's the name of the place?
Geno's. I was like, fucking Geno's. This guy can't fuck up pizza. But, he didn't fuck up the pizza. He just took another fucking delicious meal and shoved it into the pizza to make his pizza.
Is he from New York?
Probably. Every fucking goddamn person out here. Like,
Well, look. New York is in on that stuff too now, though. That every pizzeria has like 5 or 6 different variations of pizza now. There's chicken bacon ranch pizza. Have you seen that?
Haven't. Chicken bacon ranch pizza.
Right. It's basically in every pizzeria now. That it's such a weird thing because there's no sauce in it. It's just ranch and chicken and bacon. It's gross.
That doesn't sound fun.
No, it doesn't sound fun.
That
Why
doesn't-
they would do it?
Doesn't sound fun at all. All right. Let's see. We are white men. We did everything. Columbia condemned student tirade targeting minorities. Did you see this, fucking Chris Italia? I
did not.
I gotta set this up. Apparently, a kid out there who goes to Columbia University went on a tirade, and Columbia is looking to expel the young man for saying that he Europeans created everything. White people are the best. And apparently it was like amongst, a bunch of minorities, African Americans. It was outside of a library on Columbia campus. It's a 54-second video shared on Twitter, captured the chaotic scene that unfolded. It was not chaotic. It was just a group of people outside a library. When have you ever seen the outside of a library be chaotic? It's not. When you're outside of a library, it's never chaotic.
Probably made it more than it seemed.
Yeah, it is. It unfolded outside of the campus library early Sunday morning. The now viral video has.
Is there a video? Oh, where's the video?
I have the video, but you're only going to hear the audio.
Why don't you play it on your screen?
I tried to do that. I tried to do that before, but like I said to you before, the radio program, Chris, I need an engineer to come through here and fix everything. Because this entire fucking place is fucked
just
up.
Play the audio. That's okay.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play the audio for you. Here is the sounds of the young man. There we go.
European built the modern world.
European?
We invented science and industry.
We
invented science and industry, and you want to tell us to stop because oh my God, we're so bad. We invented the modern world.
I feel you. You're so dumb.
We invented the modern world.
You fucking degenerate.
We saved billions of people from starvation.
You
We built modern civilization. White people are the best thing that ever happened to the world. We are so amazing. And I love myself. And I love white people.
Say that one more time.
Fuck yeah, white people.
Say it right here.
Fuck yeah, white men. We're white men. We did everything. Look, I don't hate other people. I just love my white men.
God.
I just love white men.
Oh, God.
This kid is just the university literally wants
built the modern world.
the university literally wants to fucking expel that kid. But what the kid was doing, he was bombed. And he's 20 years old. And he was having a fucking debate with a bunch of other fucking probably inebriated 20-year-olds. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking say something to grab people's attention. And he said something initially that he probably didn't agree with. And then he was trying to fucking clarify his point or trying to make it seem better. And it just led into this fucking tirade. And unfortunately, everything's fucking caught on video these days. The kid was just drunk. He didn't say anything bad there either, I don't think. It wasn't disparaging against any other minorities. Do you think? Chris, tell you?
I think. I mean, he lost it when he started doing the white people are the best kind of thing. He
Yeah,
lost
but
his argument.
but
Let me
he's
just say
he's-
before I say anything else on this, we're doomed as a society because this is our future.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
That's
right?
Columbia. That's a Columbia
Yeah, that's
University
Columbia.
students.
That was awful. That was the worst argument I ever heard.
That's a
college.
Columbia University student right there, people.
We're fucked, dude. We're totally fucked because that's what's representing us going
Right.
forward.
That's not like a New Paltz.
No, that's the best of the best.
That's not like an Oswego fucking, that's not fucking a community college kid. That kid goes to Columbia. Columbia University. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's been there. Like, I think a lot of people have been where this kid was during that time when he went on this tirade.
Well, let me just explain. All of them are 100% wrong, but science and technology and all that stuff. It came from basically two empires. It was the Greek and Roman empires. They're the basis for all
right
science and technology.
Right, but
they were doing shit at that time that couldn't have possibly.
If you listen to the kid's statement, it's completely exaggerated, and it was said with a little fucking tongue in cheek. because
Right.
the kid's
And
hammered.
they lost their shit because they think they actually think America invented everything, which is ridiculous.
And if you watch the video, his audience right there, all those people around him, they weren't all African Americans or anything. There were white people there, but even the African Americans and the kids of that are in that group right there, they're all just like, you're just drunk and you're being an idiot. You're not. He wasn't saying that shit with malice. He wasn't fucking.
No, but then when he started saying "I love white people," you
yeah, but
lose your
he's just trying to be. He's just trying to be outrageous.
Right, I know.
Everybody's been there. Like I've been there, at a party in a group of people, and I'm young and I'm bombed, and I just want to say something to fucking get people's attention because I'm needy. I think I remember saying something at a fucking backyard barbecue party when I was like 20, and it was like in a group of like buddies of mine and girlfriends and fucking other broads, and I said like something along the lines like men don't have girls that are friends, men just have women they haven't fucked yet. I believe I said that in the group of friends, and that just leveled like my respectability in that conversation sounded like this. In the minds of the group there, after I said men can't be friends with women, or men aren't friends with women, they're just kind of talking to people women they haven't fucked yet. My respectability amongst that group just went. Yeah, and like the hens start going, people are like, "What are you talking about here?" What? That's fucking, But that's exactly kind of the same scenario of what this, what happened to this kid on Columbia University. Yet back when I said that, I was in somebody's backyard and it was the fucking early 90s and no one was fucking filming it. So I don't look like a jackass on the internet. But this kid's outside on the campus of Columbia University and everybody's walking around with a fucking HD camera like a news person these days.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You can't even have an argument anymore with anyone without it going on the internet.
Right. Yeah, it's fucking insane. I mean, and like this he's a 20-year-old kid. And people were talking about him on TV shows, news networks and shit, in the paper. And he was just fucking, in the early morning fucking walking home from having some beers with friends. And all of a sudden becomes national news. Isn't that crazy? That's the world we're living in.
Yeah.
He went on a Saturday night. He went out with some friends to have a few beers on the campus of Columbia University. He had a few beers. And he was having a good time. Maybe it was the first time he's had a few beers. And then on the way home back to the fucking dorm room, some fucking conversation sparked up amongst the group as they were walking across campus past the library. And he just was like, you know what? I want to say something that's like, this person.
I want to make my mark on
this person's saying something that's fucking driving me crazy. Been annoying me all day. And I'm just going to say, you know what? White people did some shit too. We're not all assholes. And all of a sudden, somebody turned the camera on him, and boom, national news.
I think what bothers me most about that, and certainly the I love white people thing, it's stupid, but I think there's this, and how I feel just talking to the younger generation or whatever.
Fuck yeah.
There's this disconnect with history. I mean, they know nothing about how we got here.
Right.
It's crazy to me how they just don't know some of them don't even know what the basics of it, like just the Revolutionary War and fucking, England's imperialism. They don't know anything about it. I mean, I don't know what the fuck they're teaching in school anymore, but it just seems like none of this is getting talked about. And, the fact that, and I think what this kid was trying to say was that, Europeans did everything. It's not Europeans. It definitely was a segment of Europe that, were more advanced than everyone else. And they just made a bunch of shit that led to what we do now. I mean, just the Roman aqueducts alone. I mean, it's incredible. And they're still there. If you want to go see them, they're miracles. They really are. I mean, like anyone who thought this was what you needed to do back then, it's just an unimaginable feat at that time to realize that that's the way to bring water into the city. It was incredible. So the thing is, I can go on about it for hours, but they wouldn't be able to. And they're supposed to be our brightest.
Right.
And they just don't know anything about it. It's fucking...
Well, that's it.
It's sad. It
it's
really
a
is
new,
fucking sad.
it's a new world, my friend. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. All right. Well, there you go. Yeah. If you watch the kid, from Columbia, you could see it was tongue in cheek. He was just trying to almost kind of doing his brand of sarcastic humor to his group of friends right there. None of those people right there hated that kid. They were friends with him. They were laughing at him. They're like, "You're being ridiculous. You're drunk. Shut up. You're drunk. Go home." That type of deal. So, but yet that kid woke up later that morning and go, fuck, I'm national news. Like Monday morning, he was national news, that kid. That sucks. That
Crazy.
sucks.
Now he's not going to be able to get a job. He's not going to be able to get an internship out of college. He might not even have to be able to stay at Columbia. He might have to leave.
I mean, you were just saying a minute ago, like kids don't know anything about history. But then again, back in the old days, you could just walk down the street and fucking, whatever, BC, AC, whatever, back in the day. And you can say something to a friend and not become fucking countrywide news.
Right.
It's private.
I mean, look, everything's on social media now. Every little fucking nugget. I mean, I got into a thing today with an employee, and I swear I felt like she was just seconds away from pulling up a phone.
And videoing you because you're being
videoing
mean?
me or recording me, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. That's scary.
It changes the climate completely. I think everybody, look, it's the instant thing, man. Everybody just wants to point fingers, and they're all entitled. Everyone just feels entitled. There's not a lot of hard workers anymore. It just feels like people want the easy route all the time. That's what technology and this generation has brought. It feels like everything needs to be instant, and everything needs to be instant gratification, and it feels like it's just going to turn this fucking world to shit.
Speaking of history and other things, did you see the picture of the couple boning on top of? Well, I don't know if they're actually insertion, but there was a picture of a couple naked on top of the pyramids in Giza over there in Egypt.
I didn't see it, but that's awesome.
Yeah. Actually, the authorities over there in Egypt were kind of really pissed off. And actually, they claimed that, it was impossible for, this couple to break in and scale the pyramids. But apparently, it actually is true. They did. And they did it rather easily. They scaled the pyramid in a half hour. And they hid in a fucking tomb for an hour and a half for all the guards to run away. Right. Like clear the area, and they just scaled that fucker in the middle of the night, got up there and just started snapping pictures.
That's amazing.
And it wasn't even their idea or their intent initially to do the naked photo.
They shouldn't even go to jail for that.
No.
They should be rewarded.
Well, the guy who actually took the pictures is from he's a Danish guy.
Right.
And obviously he's back in his homeland now, and he's never going to go back to Egypt because he's afraid of being, arrested, but
yeah, fuck yeah! I'd never go back to Egypt.
His name is Andreas Havid or something. He's a Danish photographer, and he released a series. He released a video and a series of photos on Friday. Here's the image. Look, it's the top. They're just naked. There's like a fucking emoji covering up the guy's dick, but there's a broad on the bottom, and he's on top, and you see the other pyramid in the background. That's fucking pretty sick.
That is pretty sick.
That is the ultimate fucking vacation photo.
I'd buy that photo. I'd buy that photo and frame it.
I would do that too. That's pretty fucking sick.
That's a work of art right there.
That is a famous photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy will be remembered for the rest of his life for that photo.
Well, apparently, let's see. In late November, Havid and his partner pulled the trigger on the escapade, meaning breaking into the area of the pyramids. Havid said he and the woman snuck across the fence well away from the pyramids and slowly made their way towards the pyramids. When they spotted guards, they hid in a temple for an hour and a half waiting for traffic to pass and had route to the monument all planned out. So once all the guards passed and stuff like that, they made a beeline to the pyramid and had the gear ready and just scaled that motherfucker. And once they got to the top, they were all clear because it's dark. You can't see up there. You know, there's no lights.
Nothing like this has been done since that French guy did the wire cross on the Twin Towers.
Let's see. That said, it must have been noted that others have been able to scale the pyramids in the past. A German man was arrested in 2016 for doing the same thing, but he was caught.
Right.
These guys weren't caught. They got up to the top and left and flew back to their country, and no one even fucking knew about it.
Do you remember? Do you remember that the guy who did a high wire walk across the Twin Towers?
There's a documentary about it.
Right. So that's like that. This is like comparable to that.
Yeah, but they did it fucking. You know, when did they do it? 2016? What was it? No, it was like recently.
Wait, who are you talking about? The Wire or
no? The guys that just did this, the pyramid.
Right.
Thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so much harder to do.
Yeah.
Now, especially with the heightened security around landmarks and stuff like that. So,
Man on a Wire was the documentary. If you haven't seen that motherfucker will knock your balls off. Go watch Man on a Wire.
Pretty great. Even the movie was decent. The Walk.
Yeah. You know the guy on the Man on a Wire when he got that wire across the fucking undertaking. It's described in the documentary of the process and the planning.
It was like a heist, man. It was like a
heist. Yeah, and you had to have somebody in the other tower as well.
Yeah, that's what happened. They worked on with walkie-talkies.
Right, and they had to crank that wire up because that's not a fucking piece of yarn. That wire is heavy as fuck.
And they had complications too, like the wire fell at first.
Right. And you're
recoil it or some shit like that.
And it's not a very light wire. And anyway, when they got this whole fucking thing set up, then they got to bank on the weather being good because you're 104 stories up.
And by the way, they set all this up on the Cover of Darkness.
Cover of Darkness. And when the guy got on the wire and walked back and forth on the twin, he did it for an hour and a half. He just kept on walking back and forth on that. He didn't do it once. Take down the wire. Let's get he just did it for an hour and a half. It's an amazing story. Go see Man on the Wire if you haven't seen that documentary yet. That's a really good one.
Hey, who's Lunatic Radio in the chat room?
I believe that's probably Rocket.
Oh, he's here? So he does have time. Why isn't Rocket?
I don't know I don't know what it is. So ask me about imperialism. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, you know about imperialism. What are you talking about?
I don't. I gotta look it up.
We were just talking about the British imperialism when they were basically taking over land all over the world.
Oh, yeah. Imperialism. It's like when you want to dominate.
Right. And ruling those lands.
I was thinking that was like some Return of the Jedi shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Kieran. Come on, man.
I just like being a knucklehead. All right. I got other shit I want to talk about, but, I think we've done enough time. We wasted a lot of time on that goddamn Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Let's do the speed round thing. We always do that.
No, because I might want to save these for other shows. There's some good stories.
Run down the sheet, man.
Well, the Sex Island secret party location was revealed. It's Turks and Caicos. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's Trinidad and Tobago. That's what it is.
I love Turks and Caicos. It's great.
Trinidad and Tobago. By the way, the Sex Island thing, you know what the Sex Island thing is?
No, I have no idea. Please educate me on the Sex Island.
Do you actually don't know what the fuck it is?
Is it hedonism? What is it?
Being an upstanding man, a man of means, living in the fucking great city of New York. You don't know what the fucking Sex Island. You got 5 papers a day that are thrown at you on every fucking delicatessen.
Man, I can't read.
You don't see a fucking headline. You don't see headlines.
No, I didn't know they picked a sex island every few years or whatever this is.
Okay, well, the hooker and drug-fueled Sex Island will be hosted in the swanky resort on a private island off the coast of Trinidad and Tobago. The 4-day, 3-night sex extravaganza originally cost $6,000 per person. but has dropped because they had a Black Friday sale for $4,500.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
Yes.
I thought you were gonna say because black people started going. Oh,
That is the inappropriate bell in honor of the legendary Opie and Anthony show. Yeah, it's pretty much you can, it's I believe it's from December 14th to the 17th. It's set up by a bunch of D-bags, rich guys. They do it at this resort. It's kind of like private. Not everybody can go. You have to be sent like this golden ticket. And if you're chosen to go on the sex island, you pay your fucking $6,000 or $4,500. You go. You're told where to go secretly, and you wherever the destination is, you go to it.
Seems like a lot of work to get laid, man.
Right, you go to it, but once you get there, there are a variety of women, and you just pick them. You have sex with them without even asking. You don't even.
What?
Yeah, you just have sex with them. And then there's drugs, all types of drugs and whatever.
Do women get to choose men too?
No, they don't choose the men.
Oh, so this is just a thing for men.
This is a thing for men.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, this sounds like the Dominican Republic.
All right, here we go. For the money, the 50 guests will each have
You can
two.
just do this.
Here, I'll explain it. I'll read it to you. I'll read it to you. For their money, the 50 guests will each have 2 prostitutes available to them to receive unlimited food and drinks. Most of the women hail from Colombia, Brazil, Puerto Rico, and other South American countries. A few Americans and Canadian girls are slated to attend as well. Besides the women, guests have an easy access to drugs, with Sex Island staff members acting as liaisons between dealers and party-goers. Cocaine is by far the most popular drug requested by guests.
Here, let me explain something to you. This is Santo Domingo every day.
Santo fucking Domingo.
This is Brazil every day. This is when you go to Brazil, you do this. You can just go, and whatever you hear about where to go and stuff like that, and you go to these places, and there's a lineup of women,
right?
And there's drugs and whatever, and you can say these 2 are coming with me, and they stick with you for the entirety of your trip,
right?
And they do anything you want.
Why? Because you're like, you go down and you're like, I'm American. I'm a man about me.
No. There's a cost to it, but it's not this cost. I mean, they're with you because you're going to show them a good time, and they're there to have sex with you, basically.
That's great.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you don't need this special assigned golden ticket.
Well, I guess
you can just go to places where they do that every day.
I guess for the top 50 D-bags across the United States of America and maybe Canada, this would be the iconic of fucking D-bag vacations to take.
It seems like more trouble than it's worth.
No, this would be
for someone like you who has no idea that other places exist.
No, be honest with you, it's such a shitty. Like I would be at my age, I would be totally fucking sexed out in like 2 minutes. I'd be like, I would bang some broad, and I don't do drugs, so I'm not gonna try drugs at this age. I'd bang some broad and be like, you know what? I'm gonna book a tea time. I'm gonna play some golf. I'll see you fucking guys later. You know what I mean? And then I'll come back after golf. I'll take a shower, maybe fucking bang another one out, and then I'll take a nap. Like it's just nothing. It's not like I'm never gonna do the raunchy partying thing for 4 days. It's literally just gonna be a fucking really expensive golf vacation with some sex mixed in.
You have to
Occasional.
take some performance-enhancing drugs, Kieran.
I don't. And plus, like I don't know where these fucking broads are from. Like I know a country.
You've never taken Viagra?
No, I don't need that.
I mean, it's not whether you need it. It's just.
Oh, to keep the peg, fucking.
Oh, dude, come on.
Keep the.
It's not even human, man. Are you kidding me?
You know the phrase "live a little." Yeah, that applies. Yeah, that is.
Kieran, live a little.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, first of all, I don't know when. I know the last time you had sex was 2 years ago, but a lot's happened since then.
Oh, there's been advancements in sex.
Yeah. And so as you get older, whatever, I don't have an issue or whatever. My response time is still the same as it was. But I will say this, that women expect to be pleasured and have multiple orgasms, not just one anymore.
The peg has got to be ready.
It's got to be ready,
and
raring
willing.
to go,
Willing.
and as soon as you're done, it still needs to be ready.
That thing is just fucking still ready to fucking go for a walk. Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying to you is, if you did it, you wouldn't. There was a noticeable difference. A noticeable difference.
Does it fucking numb your schlonga so you last longer?
But yeah, I mean, the second time, you'll last forever, basically.
I see that shit at like mini marts and it's like sold right by the fucking cash register. It's where like you take this shit and it numbs your hammer. So when you're banging abroad, you don't like fucking shoot your confetti everywhere right off the bat. I'm like, I probably shouldn't get that. And why is it sold by the cash register? I mean, like, kind of skeevy.
Because it's fake.
Yeah, it don't work, right?
No, it doesn't work.
By the way, I should dedicate the show. I forgot to do that because there was such a melee. Because I wasn't sure if Chris was doing a radio program or not. And then he popped on and I was trying to get everything set up. I forgot to dedicate this radio program to somebody. One of the donors who donated to the GoFundMe.
Can I pick somebody? Can I pick this one?
I don't know because there's actually one person that doesn't want to be mentioned. So no, I'll do it. Wait,
what if I give you the initials?
No, just let me do it. Let's get it out of the way and we'll proceed with the fucking radio show. Let's not make everything a fucking game show.
Hey everybody, welcome to dedicate my show.
Yeah. I want to dedicate this show, by the way, to Stephen Kimball, one of the donators who donated to the lunaticradio.com show emergency fundraiser on GoFundMe.com. Stephen Kimball, this Wednesday night broadcast right here of the lunaticradio.com show featuring the great Chris Italia from the Stand NYC.
Yeah. I'm sure this
is
dedicated. He got screwed on this.
It's dedicated to Stephen Kimball. Like I say on the previous dedications, I can't guarantee the show's going to be great. And
Steve,
I can't.
I'm so sorry.
And I can't. I might bump.
I'm so sorry you got chose to do this show.
Yeah.
Be dedicated to this for this show. I'm so sorry.
Chris and I are just two white guys who rambled on for 2 hours today. That's what we did. And
that's like every day, isn't it?
Had some things planned.
What else you got? Come on.
No, I'm done. No, I'm done. I'm gonna save. We went on. We've been on. I do three shows.
One more quick topic.
Fucking. What do you think about? Let me give you something quick. I don't have anything quick. You know what? Clout lighting is?
Clout lighting? No. Yeah. What the hell's clout lighting?
It's something stupid.
Wait a minute. Let me explain. Let me get this straight. You thought one of the topics today should be clout lighting.
No, I didn't. That's why it was buried in the back, and I got a long article printed out about it. It's actually kind of dumb.
I guess you can say that for your show with TJ on Friday.
Do you know what? Okay, here's one. Here's a topic that's even better. Do you know what Japanese time stop porn is?
I've heard of it. You
ever watch it?
No, I can't say that I have.
Those Japanese people are into some fucking shit, and they come up with some pretty good ideas for their porn videos. It's pretty much obviously a porn scene, and it features a male, and it's a scene where there's other people involved in the scene. And the one male character in the scene has the ability to stop time. So everybody stops and he just goes around. They're like frozen, like the mannequin challenge. And and then he just goes around and fucks all the mannequins. That's what Japanese time stop porn is. It's quite interesting. You're just like, and the girl's just like kind of holding the position the whole time. So he's just, the guy's just fucking.
This is what I'm worried about with you. This is what I'm worried about.
I haven't watched it. It was actually sent to me by a listener. It was actually, it was.
This is the rabbit hole that I'm talking about with you.
It's not a rabbit hole.
Yes, it is.
It's not a rabbit hole.
Listen, you asked me if I know what time stop porn is, right? You asked me that, right?
Yeah.
You asked me if I had a God complex.
Did I say it?
Let me tell you something. I am God.
Fuck you. Go home and play with your kids.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
What about the other one that goes, "What's your name?" Fuck you. That's.
What's your name?
Fuck you. That's my name.
But You asked me if I
Hold on,
know
caller,
about
you're
it,
on the air.
and I know-
Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead, caller.
Fuck you.
Ah, fucking Christ. Get one caller a show, and that's what I get.
Who is that?
It's
Who
a
is
little
that?
kid going, fuck off. I fucking love this country, man. Jesus
Wait a
Christ.
minute. So you're saying that person was listening to the show?
Caller, you're on the air again. Hold on.
Eat a nasty cock, bitch.
You're a nasty punk bitch. Turn on your radio.
Yeah. Yeah. What part of the U.S. are you from?
Yeah. That's that kid again. All right, I'm just going to hang up on him because he's going to constantly
No,
call
next time let him stay on. We can talk.
him. He
to
won't. He won't. He won't. He'll just, yeah.
Is this guy done
He's
this
constantly,
before?
he's actually, he's called like 3 times in the last 30 seconds.
That's great.
And I'm not even answering.
Put him back on. Put him back on.
Well, he hasn't called in. I don't know when he's.
All right. So you asked me about if I've seen this.
Call, you're on the air again. Go ahead. Chris is not going to get his point out. Go ahead.
Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, suck it, bitch.
What's your name? What's your name?
He's already gone. See, he's like a quick in and out. He's like me with sex. He's back. Look, call, you're on the air again. Go ahead. No, he's already gone. See, he was so quick on that call, he couldn't even get his call. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Go eat a dick, nigger.
All right, that's it. Last time. That's it. Once the M word starts, I just
By the
you're
way, that's Friday's show, guys.
you're no way. Stop that. TJ's probably listening, and now he's gonna have
He
to.
is listening. I love TJ.
Now I'm gonna have to have a debate about him on the fucking show on Friday about that.
I love TJ, man. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I love TJ too.
All right, so wait, let me just make my quick point here. All right, you asked me if I watched this type of porn, and I said no, I've never watched it. I've heard of it,
Yeah.
and you see the difference between you and me? Like, you actually clicked on a link.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I
you
honestly
did. You
didn't.
said you did.
I'm not
You just-
lying.
You watched it. You
It
just
was
watched
it was sent to me by a listener about ideas to do for the show. I wrote it down in my catalog of stuff, but I actually haven't watched them. I read a synopsis. I read a synopsis of what Japanese time stop porn is, and I was like, I'm not into looking at Asian men's penises, and I just don't. I think it's awkward. For some reason I find it awkward. Much the same reason why I don't watch like African American guys bang chicks, because I just can't relate. Because they're just fucking. It's just, like their dick should have fucking branches on them. They're so big.
Lunatic Radio in the chat room says Chris moves to the Upper West Side and becomes a racist. I didn't move to the Upper West Side.
I don't know who.
I'm
I'll
not
be
a
honest with you.
racist.
I don't even know who that is. Is there who is that? I don't know who that is. It might be Rocket. I have no idea. Be honest with you, I don't think it is Rocket. But all right, anyway,
When you click on it, it says Lunatic Radio.
Yeah, well, it could be some phantoms out there, you know, some phantom people out there. I don't know.
He says, "Yes, you did." I didn't move to the West Side. What is he talking about?
I don't know. I have no idea. All right, there we go.
He says he's doing the show on Sunday.
Oh, is it Rock? I don't know who the fuck it is.
Anyway, just so we can close out here, you're addicted to porn.
I'm not.
That's my point.
Yeah, whatever. I gotta have.
No, it's not.
I don't have.
Whatever. I'm trying to help you.
Huh? I don't want to
trying to
talk.
help
No,
you.
I'm not addicted to fucking porn.
Yes, you are. You're totally addicted to porn.
I'm glad I'm ending the show so we don't have to get into the discussion.
I mean, I know I can't help you until you bottom out and then ask.
What am I? What's my bottoming out?
Oh, there's gonna be a bottom out. Trust me.
Like, what is it gonna? What is that gonna entail? Like, I run out of Jergens and I get a fucking.
No, just the fact that you haven't had sex in 2 years.
Yeah. No, I'll find one. I'll find some broad. I'm not looking for it now. I kind of just want to do radio shows and fucking, you know, that's.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, all right. All right, thank you, Chris Italia, for joining the lunaticradio.com show. TJ, he never claimed not to be racist coming in from... Apparently referring to Chris Italia.
Great, actually.
Leroy Jenkins, true TJ. So everybody's agreeing that Chris is a racist. Oh yeah. By the way, yeah, my bottom is Alexis Texas's bottom. Now, Chris, if you ever seen Alexis Texas,
I don't need to see Alexis Texas. I get ass all the time.
ass all the time. Chris, I get ass all the time. That should be on your fucking tombstone when you die.
Yeah, it should be. I'm the ass man.
You're the ass. All right. Thank you, everybody, for checking out the lunaticradio.com show. Thank you, Chris Italia, owner of the Stand NYC. By the way, I believe that's just going to be your name now every time you appear on one of these broadcasts. Chris, owner of the Stand NYC. It's a very long name. Yes. The Stand, tentative date for the grand opening, February 1st in Manhattan, Union Square. It's going to be great. We got to go, people. It has been the lunaticradio.com show.
LR Bar Night.
What?
LR Bar Night at the Stand.
We'll bring back the bar night at the Stand. Yeah, we should do that. That'd be awesome. Woo! We'll get Rocket to do some stand up.
No, we'll get you to do stand up.
I ain't fucking getting on that damn stage. You threw me on that stage once, and you were the only person in the audience, and I got nervous. This is my form. I can't talk on a stage like that. That's crazy. All right, people. We'll see you later. Last word, Chris. Go.
You're obsessed with porn.
That's a phrase. Word. One word.
Word them up.
All right, whatever. Peace, people. Bye. Ugh.